Welcome to the third day of our tour in Ghana. Today we'll be flying from Accra to Kumasi. Kumasi is the second largest city in the country of Ghana with a population of 3.9 million people. Let's take a look at our itinerary for the day. The flight from Accra to Kumasi only takes 45 minutes. But sometimes when you think of catching a domestic flight in Africa, we as Westerners sometimes think that the plane might look like this.
Oh my God!
Or even like this.
Oh hell no!
And the pilots might even look like this.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
Seriously, all jokes aside, Africa World Airlines is a professional organization that flies domestically in Africa with modern jets. This is our plane to Kumasi. Our flight to Kumasi was thoroughly enjoyable. The flight crew was very professional and we landed without a problem. We went into the Kumasi airport, which has just been modernized, and will start taking more than domestic flights. Our first stop was at the Kumasi Mall, where we stopped for coffee and tea and the boys had breakfast. We went to a restaurant called Kente's Cup. We left so early in the morning we were unable to have breakfast, so the tour guide and the tour company wanted to make sure that we had our breakfast for the morning. Kumasi is approximately 500 kilometers or 300 miles north of the equator and 200 kilometers or 100 miles north of the Gulf of Guinea. Kumasi is also known as the Garden City because of its many species of flowers and plants. The name Kumasi was derived from the Twi language, meaning the Kum tree survived, or under the Kum tree. The word asi means under, down, below, or something that has endured or survived. Kumasi is a thriving, bustling city that handsomely supports its 3.9 million citizens. As you can tell, there's not much difference between there and here in the United States. There's schools, there's businesses, and all types of folks live in the city of Kumasi. The Manhyia Palace and the Ashanti people, we're only briefly told what they want us to know in history, but it will take a trip for you to fully understand the brilliance and the beauty of these people. originally from the Akan people. The Akan people separated into several tribes, the Ashantis being one. Most of the tribes in Africa were very wealthy tribes, as you can tell through the pictures, that a lot of things were just made out of gold. The golden stool, or the stools that every king is either named after or known of, is literally kept in what's known as a stool room. As you can see these pictures, these kings, these tribal chiefs, had gold woven into their clothes, gold around their headbands. They've had gold ever since they have settled in the region. When they say that we descend from kings and queens, they were telling the truth. These are the jewels that were stolen by the British during the siege of the Ashanti people and later returned. Remember, they only returned a fraction of what they stole. I cannot pick and tell you what I saw and felt when I was at the Ashanti Kingdom. But one thing I can tell you is when they tell you that our ancestors were kings and queens, it is the truth. History will never tell you the truth about who you come from and where you come from. You have to go and seek that out yourself. I can tell you the history of what happened when the Portuguese and the British came and colonized Ghana. I can tell you how they burned buildings and killed many people in the Ashanti tribe and other tribes. But this is something that you have to go and see for yourself, experience for yourself, and understand we come from a great people. Peacocks are a bird that the Ashantis love to have around. It kind of shows wealth. This is the courtyard that the king walks in and holds many events. Take a look around the many courtyards and the areas where school children come and find out the greatness of the Ashanti people. This tree that's right back here in the background, literally the roots are hanging from the tree. This is a medicine tree, and the roots have a lot of healing effects. If you see those, the yellow, the black, and the green bars over top of that gate, that is the Ashanti Convention Center. Completely built by the Ashantis, completely already paid for, owned, and is more modern than most convention centers here of its size. The Ashanti Courtyard is where everybody congregates, meets, discuss, and wait in order to meet with the king. video runs a little long, but we were very surprised by the amount of school children that were there, the different uniforms, what they talked about, how interested they were in the history. We should be just as interested in our history because we come from these people. This is where we start to piece together the puzzle that has confused us in the United States for many years. If you stand in this courtyard and don't speak and they don't hear your Western voice, they will think that you're part of the Ashanti people. Lunch was at the Star Bites Cafe in the city of Kumasi. This cafe served American-style meals, which was more like hamburgers, chicken burgers, fries, and pizzas. You can get a variety of soft drinks, anything from teas to lemonade to sodas. As you can pretty well guess, we were up very early in the morning flying to Kumasi. So by the time lunch came and by the time we left the palace, we were pretty hungry. So unfortunately, no pictures of the food here, but we can tell you that it was pretty good, and we were on to the next site. The road to Adahwomasi Village was challenging. Yeah, you're looking at it. It is dirt. If a car was in front of you, it would kick up dust, reducing your visibility. My hat's off to the driver, though. He didn't miss a beat. He knew exactly where to turn and where to go. I tell you, I couldn't take you back there. The Coco farm was amazing. I can tell you, we learned a lot of how cocoa is used for medicinal purposes, not only for candy, but also healing effects. The coca leaves, the coca pods, and everything can be used from everything from soaps on down to powders to reduce diabetes. It's about 300 yards from the Kente area, but I can tell you it was amazing. The Kente weaving at the village, I'll tell you, I'm just speechless. How beautiful these garments were, how beautiful the cloth was, and actually how it's made. You can see here where the different strands are being held up, and only men actually weave kente. I was shocked to find that out. You can see Christopher sitting here trying to figure out how they spin cotton from the 4-peg dolly down to an actual spindle. This is a process. So actually what you're looking at is a complete village that is actually getting together to weave this cloth together. It's amazing. As we went over to the kente cloth area, the men literally would sit and weave kente for hours. They come up with their own patterns, they come up with their own threads. It's amazing. We've had a few women that were visiting with us, a different group, not our group, but they were actually shocked that the villagers here do not let women weave kente at all. It's just that important. Women's jobs are very directed in the village. Women are for taking care of the family. Women are for making sure that the men have everything that they need. And men actually put the kente cloth together and weave it for sale. Now you can see Christopher here with the shuttle and the hammer. And what you saw was them adjusting the peg so it would actually separate the different yarns so you can send the shuttle through, creating the pattern. As we move around to a more of a difficult pattern. This is more for senior weavers. As you can tell, it's hard for me to get in here with the camera because everybody wants to see exactly what he's doing. These are skilled workers, and I can tell you, if we brought that type of skill here to the United States, it would be amazing. It teaches you a lot of patience. It teaches you definitely a craft. And I can tell you, if young men were to get into making kente or any type of clothing design, that skill and that trade will actually last a lifetime. As you can see this checkerboard pattern and how fast this gentleman is moving, you can tell he's been weaving kente for years. And not only does he have two strings separating the master yarn from the slave yarn, but he also has a shuttle that separates minute particles where it actually comes out in a checkerboard pattern. It was amazing the amount of speed that he was moving in order to create this. The naming ceremony is an important event for people from the diaspora to take part in. As you can tell, there are many people that have come to receive their name or their name from the Ashanti, from the diaspora. You can hear the traditional drums, you can see the traditional dance, and the traditional garments. We were actually dressed by the villagers, and depending on how you are in your your mentality and persona dictated the type of robe that they would put on you. Let's listen to the drums. Yeah, I know. She's telling us to get up and dance, but your boy doesn't dance. So I don't think Andrew and Christopher was interested in it either, but Beverly danced with her, and which pretty much, Beverly understood the hand gestures and the tones of the drums. Again, I play the drums, but I didn't catch the rhythm of what they were playing or what she was doing with her hands. But it was interesting and to watch, and it is part of the ceremony. As you see, they're coming by saying Akwaba, and the answer to the Akwaba is Madasi. Akwaba means welcome, Madasi means thank you. So it's important for the chief and the chief mother to greet everybody with Akwaba, and your answer to that would be Madasi. They're explaining the naming ceremony, and it's quite intricate. It's not something that is just your name is written on a piece of paper and they're just giving it to you and just shuttling you off. They actually think long and hard about who you are as a person, what you've displayed since you've been there, and assign you a name based on your ancestors and your date of birth to best suit you. The next ceremony that you'll see us drinking. That is actually paying homage to the ancestors and pretty much grounding us to the land. As you see the swords blessing us and welcoming us into the tribes. Here you will see me receive my name. As you can guess, I was born on Monday. So my first name is Kojo. Beverly is Thursday born, so her first name is Yama. She's a pretty thing, ain't she? Anyway. Andrew is Monday born, so his first name is Coco. Each one of us is actually wearing Kente that was woven there in the village. And actually, if you want to buy it, you can buy it. Christopher is like Beverly. He is actually Thursday born, so he receives the man name or the male name for Thursday, which is Yao. And after the naming ceremony, we went outside and actually took pictures with the tribal chief and the chief mother.
Good. Yeah. Good.
The last stop on the itinerary is the Adinka Village. This is where we learned about stamping and also Kente. Listen closely how they describe how they create the ink out of coca leaves and bark to make the ink.
Get it like this and break it in smaller pieces and soak in the water. First one into the soft, then after we pound it, for it to break into smaller pieces like this. Then after, you see that I said I'm leaving the firewood here. You have to leave it on fire for day and night for 1 week. The more you leave it on fire, the more it's changing. Yes. The more you leave it on fire, the more it's changing into black. You're going to get the black ink before you can use it for the stamping. Yeah, this is the first. So the first one we have to screen it.
So when after boiling it, you have to screen it
Yes.
to get the particle out of the
Yes.
the dye.
Because this is what we need. And this one, you see that it's still liquid. You cannot use it to make the stamp. So you have to send it back to fire again for another 2 days. Remember I told you the whole process takes 1 week. So the more you leave on fire, like I said, the more it's changing into tea. So this is the second day on the fire.
This is the second.
Yes.
So first one,
Second
the
one.
second.
So it's kind of like when you are cooking food and you have a sauce that you want to transfer gravy. So the more you leave it cooking, the more the liquid evaporates and the thickness occurs. Okay.
Exactly. So this is the second one. So we'll show you the final one outside.
Okay.
And so this is the engine block that support the heat. It has to be high fire, not low. So day and day out.
Okay.
You can see that we are divided into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the final one will be the 7.
This is the 6th.
No, it starts from here.
Oh, okay. So then the 6 is down here.
Yes.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
final part is outside, so we'll show you there for you to see how big and large it is.
You said you use the engine block to
Support the heat.
the heat.
Yes.
Yes.
So that you
Because
get
when we use the ordinary,
stone.
yes, it will break. And when it's break, you lose what you're looking for. So we use it, and you know.
After leaving the Adinka Village, we took the 1.5-hour drive back to the airport in order to catch our flight back to Accra. It was an amazing time, and as you can see, Accra coming in for landing is beautiful. This is the Ashanti symbol for trust God. We should trust God in all that we do. Thank you for watching.